and we were married in June.
We've been together for 11 years, and some folks might wonder, what's the big fuss? Why isn't it enough?
Our 6-year-old son deserves to have married parents just like everyone else. You know, he should be treated equally with all the other kids, and we as a couple should be treated equally with all the other parents in his kindergarten class. There's more than 50,000 kids in California who are being raised by gay and lesbian couples, and they deserve to have equal treatment.
To take this to the next level, as far as having the license, the marriage license certificates, it clarifies a lot of things for a lot of people. To us, it's an automatic understanding from strangers to administrator at the hospitals. You know, when we have emergencies, I don't have to worry about searching for our domestic partnership paper,
right,
so that just in case some administrator is going to have doubts or have some personal issues or are truly confused about whom it's really recognized here.
You don't have to explain marriage. You do have to explain domestic partnership.
Right.
Yeah, so the whole thing is very interesting for us, dealing with the neighbors, and the neighbor who came across the street to tell us that they were putting up a yes sign and they're voting yes, and he wrote us a note saying they think we're very nice and they'd like to be our friends. But you know, 60 years ago, I can't imagine people going across the street to the colored people's house and telling them that they're really nice and they'd like to be their friends, but they think they should ride at the back of the bus, which is, you know, essentially what they're telling us, that we need to ride at the back of the bus.
I remember when I first came out 20 years ago, the biggest complaint from heterosexual couples or community is, oh, gays, men tend to be not into monogamous relationship, they're not stable. So, you know, fast forward 20 years later, folks like us who want that commitments and value that kind of bond, it's now told, well, no, you can't do it.
It needs to keep to its place, and you know, the bedroom is not the place for the government.
The unfortunate things, I think, for Asian communities, it seems like folks are so misguided about this whole issues in respect to the whole history that we went through as a Chinese American. You know, and when we really boil down this issue, this is not about religions, this is not about education and so on. This is really about separation of church and state. And folks are so frightened and paranoid about this whole slippery slope argument that they're willing to forego this whole big principle that we have, that make sure no group, no minority group will be singled out for discrimination.
True slippery slope that people need to be concerned about is that when you take away rights from one group, you know, who else is going to be affected, and who's the next group that you're going to take away rights. You know, it's just unfair, it's wrong to write discrimination into our Constitution. So yeah, so what we're asking for is, we're just asking for equality. We want to be considered equal with everyone else, and nothing more, nothing less, just the same as everyone else, for our sake, for our son's sake, and for everyone.
If you support gay marriage and you support equality for all, then you must vote no on Proposition 8.